Search TV.
The NELFUND, that is National Education Loan Fund, that was put in place by the current administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The initiative from federal government and of course championed by the Federal Ministry of Education. So the fund has been established with complete directorial of the executives. They took off in 2023-2024 session, and the first tranche of students across the nation. I'm happy to tell you that FUT was not left out among the first beneficiaries, the first line beneficiaries in 2023-2024 session. After which, subsequently, it was opened up to today. So the loan, in the beginning, many things were not clear to both student, parents, and of course, awareness continued to come from different angles, particularly from the federal government, to enlighten the student and the parents that the loan is only payable after graduation, and of course, it's only after the students start earning that the federal government will start asking for the refund. How those processes will be, this is the first of its kind in this country. Nobody knows. So we are just not talking too much about it because this is the first time the federal government is doing such, and this is the first time Federal University of Technology (FUTMinna) is also enjoying such. For the current session, that is 2025-2026 session, it was opened in October and it will last up to January, ending of January. This is the window the federal government has provided for 2025-2026 session. Either it will be extended or not, we do not know. But unlike last year, that is 24-25 session, it was opened, and Vice Chancellor Professor Farouk Adamukuta in his magnanimity left it open, asked us to leave it open for a very long time so that we can create more awareness and students can be able to key in. That's why you notice that up to last semester, up to mid last semester, towards the end of the semester, students will still register against 2024-2025. But as soon as that session terminates, nobody will be able to again apply for that session. You can only apply for the current session. And this brings me to an issue, a contending issue, which is very common question that students come around to ask. The loan is your school fees and 20,000 stipend every month for every student that applied. So as soon as the session ends, is that okay? If you apply probably in August and the session ends in October, mind you, you have applied to be paid 240,000 naira, 20,000 per month. But because the session has ended, as soon as the session ends, your stipend will end. Some will complain and say, no, but this is not what I see, but this is how it works. It's good the students should know that it goes according to the session. And I believe very well that records, of course, are very important. You know what you have received, and the payment was not cash hand to hand, it's through the bank. So you have evidence of what you have received. I don't think there will be any challenge subsequently at the time of repayment or narration of what was given to you and what you have to return. Interestingly, the eligibility, like I used to say, every legitimate student is eligible from 100 to 500 level. Pre-degree students are not eligible. That's why you can see we are not incorporating students in our CPES. That is the pre-degree student, the IJMB students, because they are not yet mainstream into the university program. But provided you are a student, you have gained admission into university, you are eligible to this very NELFUND loan. Number two, you see that some students after graduation, they will still go and apply. Some of them don't believe it was true. They maybe have one or two things in the back of their mind before, but after graduation, you are no longer eligible. Even if you are spilling, if you have a course left to take, at that time you are no longer eligible to. Is that okay to apply? So for FUTMinna, 100 to 500 only. If you are a spillover, count out yourself. Do not apply, because if you do, of course, we are going to check our records and we inform NELFUND. And these rules are not the rules of the Vice Chancellor, neither is it the rule of Director of ITS. These are the rules from the federal government. And for those who care to read very well, when you get to the NELFUND portal, you see all these conditions are clearly stated. So you don't need to fight anybody why your name is missing or whatever. And regularly, students come over to say they have a missing information. When you have missing information, please come to ITS. And we have tried our best. Create Google form for students to just fill if you have a missing name. Is that okay? And we've shared it with Student Union Government. We have the QR code in ITS, in NITDA. We have made flyers so that you don't have to come and queue up at ITS to provide your name details. So each time you have a missing information, yes, contact your institution. We are responsible. Interesting. You see that you only need their academic information you require and their personal information you require. The academic information, that is your JAMB admission slip, not JAMB result slip, JAMB admission slip. You know, JAMB only issue it once to one particular university. Days have gone that you see a candidate securing admission in multiple universities. No, even if you do, it could be maybe the university's admission, but JAMB cannot give you 2 admissions for a particular JAMB city. So that has helped us. JAMB admission slip, that is one academic requirement. Number 2 is your student identification card, which is optional. Because when the newly admitted students, because they are qualified, but the question is, how would they identify themselves? They have JAMB admission slip, but they do not have ID card. And of course, university will not start producing ID card until students have paid acceptance fee and, of course, registered. That is when we know that that student is a bona fide student of the university. First, the student ID card has been made optional now, especially for the newly intake, that is the freshers that are just coming into the university. That's for the academic record. Only 2, seamless. Secondly, another category is your personal information. The NIN is very important. You must have your NIN and BVN. And this is where some students make mistake. Some of them will provide NIN of another person. Mind you, I'm going to talk about that. Provide NIN of another person and later want to change. You remember that since 2021, 2022, JAMB has already married, is that okay, mapped NIN to JAMB, is that okay, registration. So by the time at the back end, there's a background check and the NIN, the name of the NIN is not matching with your name, there will be a problem. You get it? So you have to make sure that it is your own NIN you are providing if you are supplying your personal information. The next one is BVN. Of course, that one has to do with the bank records. The BVN and your bank account. And critically, I want to mention it here. Do not provide all this fintech bank information. Go for the legacy bank account numbers. Do not use OPay, Money Point, is that okay, PalmPay, and the likes. All those are not reckoned, they are not recognized. Is that okay? The fund will not send money to those fin banks. Is that okay? So use your legacy bank, the legacy banks, the traditional banks we have, and then supply the account number and everything. Our university is doing a lot, and this is one of it. Student Union have been very, very instrumental in disseminating information across to students. Each time we have any information for students, we hasten up immediately, share with the student union, with the student union, through Dean Student Affairs. So this is what the channels we have been doing. And last year, we gathered students at Convocation Square to enlighten them on what to do and how the processes involved in applying for this very NELFUND. We answer every question except the ones we do not have answered, because there are questions that are not actually peculiar to the university. The university cannot answer all questions because the loan did not start and end in the university. We are only coordinating, providing the names of legitimate students. Mind you, in the eligibility, as I mentioned earlier, any student who is expelled, is that okay, who is rusticated, who is on suspension, and whatever, all those categories of students are also not eligible for the loan. For graduation, I think that candidate might have either his 2019 or 2018 students. Is that okay? His matric number may be 2019, 2018 students. Currently, we expect that all 2019 students should have graduated by 2025, 2026. They should have. They will not register for 25, 26. So I'll be surprised if anyone claims his name, there is graduation. I mean, he has been acclaimed to have graduated and he's not a 2019 student. 2018 students, there are still some of them. But as long as we see 2018 students, we know those 2018 students are not expected to be in the campus again. So this person who claimed that probably he has been acclaimed to have graduated and he hasn't, well, he can come to ITS, we'll check if he has graduated or not. But likely, he might have maybe skipped a session, either he has a condonation or the like. Otherwise, all 2019 students, either you come in, whether you came in as direct entry student or UTME student, of course, by now, you are not expected to be registering for 2025-2026 session. And mind you, we have already informed, of course, in our programs, all our programs are 5 years, except for medicine and surgery that came in now to be 6 years. All the programs in FUTMinna are 5 years tagged programs. So from your entering point, your JAM admission number, that's when you came in. And the exit just had 5 sessions to it. You are expected to have graduated by then. Let me make it very clear. Though we're in the age of IT, artificial intelligence, and the likes, it doesn't mean that you apply today and everything comes to your dashboard immediately. Somebody is still there verifying the process. It's a process. It's not just the processes include verification of what you have requested for. You get it? It's not that you just apply, you have clicked, is that okay, and immediately everything will reflect. Be patient, you'll see it reflected, provided you are qualified for it. And mind you, have option of either applying for the upkeep of 20,000 per month or leave it, so that only your school fees will be paid. And remember, though I didn't mention it from the beginning, the school fees will be paid directly to the school account, while the upkeep goes to you. And mind you, the university does not know when you are paid your upkeep or not. But we do inform students, but the student knows when their money is being paid to the university because it shows on their dashboard. And for those who might have paid their school fees, of course, approach the university and you take your money back. I wish this person is specific. Former school, which school is that? New school is which school? But NELFUND has made it very straight. Remember, I did say earlier that you can only have one JAM admission. You can attend 3 universities. It's possible. Either you transfer or anything. Is that okay? You can transfer from one university to the other. But your number 1 JAM admission remains one. You will not be given another JAM admission. So in that case, there is a process. And what is the process? From where you left, you have to inform them. They have to certify that you have left, you are leaving. And when you come here, you also have to, is that okay? Be accepted here. So those 2 letters, you are now going to write a cover letter and bring it. bring it to us at ITS, we are going to now forward that your letter. Remind you, I said forward that your letter for NELFUND that you are no longer in your school A, you are now in Federal University of Technology, Minna. So that is when you can now be migrated from your former university to the new university. So you can see there is reason in this. There is logic in this. If every student is allowed to change institution, somebody will change from university to polytechnic because he wants to hike, or somebody will change from one polytechnic to college of education, so because he wants to hike, so on and so forth. So your record you provide, the record you provided while registering, that record is held onto firmly until there is cogent reason for it to be changed. Hopefully, I think this student asking this question, probably he has not tried in the last 72 hours. Probably. Or he has not paid his acceptance fee. Mind you, the admission process now in Nigeria is not only university-centered, it's also student-centered. Even if FUTMinna has offered a student admission, student has the option to decline. So, if FUTMinna has given probably, let's say, 5,000 student admission this year, it doesn't mean that everybody on that list is automatically FUTMinna students. They can decline, and we wouldn't know either that candidate has declined our admission or not. But those candidates who are admitted come back and pay acceptance fee. We know very well that candidate will not have opportunity to use the same JAMB result for that session in another university. And that's why in our recent posts, okay, you see it around in the social media and whatever, that only students, the newly admitted student, only students who must have paid their acceptance fee. Only those who have paid acceptance, at least acceptance fee. Some have paid acceptance fee and school fees. Those who have paid acceptance fee will have student ID at least. And those who have paid school fees will have matric number. Is that okay? You can use either of the two. So if you don't have matric number, it means you have not paid school fees. You can use your student ID. Is that okay as well to log in? So if the student hasn't paid acceptance fee, I encourage such student to hasten up so that he will not lose the admission. Interestingly, you can see that NELFUND is not just operating on their own server alone. They are, of course, linked. Is that okay? They are making verification through the relevant, is that okay, database. The NIN database, of course, everybody knows is NIMC. Is that okay? National Identification Management Corporation. Is that okay? They link up there. When you supply your information, they link up there. And if they have their server down, NELFUND, of course, would have to wait. They link up there. Your BVN as well. It's not that, what is it called? It's not that NELFUND has another database for the BVN. No, they link up, is that okay, to the BVN, that is CBN, to find out either this person's information is genuine. They also link up to JAMB to verify if your JAMB is genuine. So, all the previous information you have, is that okay? They are only leveraging on those ones to verify that yes, this is you that you have claimed. And all this has to do with your personal information. Academic information, JAMB, and the university. Is that okay? Personal information, NIN. You get it? Your, what is it called? Bank information, BVN. So all this category, they have the agency that is responsible for the verification. These questions, when it comes most time, when we're on here, I shouldn't answer. It's amazing. How will you not have access to your email? You should go and recover your password. I've helped students to recover password, but me, in this contemporary, in this Gen Z generation, I don't think I should be recovering email for students. This person shouldn't have brought this question up here. Is that okay? Meet your fellow student to help you to recover your email. You get it? Except if you do not have anything. And this is why we encourage them to use the university email account. If you do, probably we'll be able to help you out to reset your password, and then you can have access to it again. But for that one, of course, the email address, especially if you are using any other email. The university, we are not Google, we are not Gmail, we are not Yahoo, we are not this. There is little or nothing we can do about it.
Absolutely understand that.
So in that regard, I want to sound a serious advice to students. Please don't joke with your email. The email you are providing when registering, that email is very key. And that email is going to be saved, and that email is the only channel you are going to have your further correspondence subsequently. Second one is your phone number. Your phone number. Your phone number is very important. Do not just use your friend, your friend's friends, your brother phone number to enter. Just you feel the way you provide information in the school and think you will come to ITS to that. The database is not with ITS. It is with NELFUND. And when you are complaining, there are how many millions of students? All federal university students are eligible. All state university students are eligible. All state polytechnic students are eligible. All federal polytechnic students are eligible. All colleges of education are eligible. All institutes that are higher education, they are eligible. So you can imagine millions of students that have been attended to every now and then. So do not subject yourself to any unnecessary pressure by making error. You get it? If not, those who have applied and their application does not have issue, they have been attended to. And those who have problem, they are also being attended to. But who is to be given priority? I think a student came like 2 days ago, and I said, of course, this is a loan, and somebody should have option of either taking it or leaving it. But I think that's the first experience we have. We have tried to reach out to NELFUND to see how the candidate is going to cancel the loan. And the candidate, I asked, what's the issue? Say his parents have advised him to opt out of the loan. I said, okay, I cannot advise you against the wish of your parents. They know why. Me, I do not know. But go and draft your letter, and me, I'll forward it to NELFUND, and whatever is the response, we'll let you know. You see, after the students might have applied for the loan, the amount you see, their students are not privileged to change the school fees. They cannot change it. But after completing the application, there is another step for us to verify. We will go back. The university will go back, check every student who have applied, their appropriate levels, and their corresponding fee. That's what we are going to verify to NELFUND and say, oh, these students have applied. What you saw against him, like this candidate now, at 500 level, is supposed to pay 125,000, but he saw 7,000 extra, making it 132,000. What's supposed to be for 2, 3, and 400 levels. So all we need to do now is to tell NELFUND, oh, this student saw 132. Is that okay? But he's supposed to pay 125, and that correction will be effected. We have done that already, so the student don't need to panic. Is that okay? So that's fine. On the second question,
that's the 10,000 naira field.
The 10,000, that's the same thing we do for all geology students. The 10,000 naira, especially for this session, the 10,000 naira extra is added to their school fees payment, so they don't have to worry about that. For wrong level, you can come over. It's not an issue. In a few seconds, we will effect that correction. I will advise you come in person, and wrong department as well. Every matric number, it's easy for us to know the department you belong. Even with over 70-something programs we have now in the university, every program has a suffix, the 2 letters that differentiate them from one department and the other. So if you have wrong department, probably you might have changed department, especially those who exit from engineering because of one thing or the other, either below 2 points or 886 as it used to be, or
1088.
1088 that it used to be before now. So if you have exited from one department to the other, is that okay? And the record we have, probably we've not effected that one. You can come over, we can easily do that. That won't take us seconds to effect. Yes, just want to tell students, you don't need to panic. I was expecting a question which I did not hear. How some would say they have applied, they've not gotten their refund. The money has been disbursed, and it's not that. You see, if you're provided your money has been disbursed, is that okay? We have your name because your name is provided by NELFUND to the university that we have paid X amount of money in favor of Balasaliu in so department. So we have your details. Come over, write application, and be patient. Is that okay? If everybody, we cannot just disburse money to everyone. This is where some students make mistake again. When asking for refund, they will provide wrong account number. And when the university tries to send the money back, of course, the money bounces back. And they'll continue to complain that and say, we've not gotten our refund, we've not gotten our refund, and so on and so forth. So, please, if you see this buzz in your portal, is that okay? And you approach us, we'll tell you, yes, the investor has received the money. Then write your application through your head of the department and whatever. Then you follow the process and your money will be refunded to you.
Search TV.
Subscribe to Search TV on YouTube. Search for Search TV and click the subscribe button.